Hi guys, we're back and today we're doing a spring tutorial. So I'm gonna tell you how I do this look. I usually start by putting a headband just for the hair to be all out and just generally out of my face because I need a lot of control. So now I just washed my hands and let's get to it. We'll start with priming the face because that's how you do it. Right now I'm using a couple of different primers because my skin is all over the place. It's just to give you a heads up, it's like dry combination. So I'm using the by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra-Primer. And this is kind of a compromise between a moisturizing and a silicone-based mattifying primer. It's kind of the best of both. It's not really extra mattifying and it's not really extra hydrating. It's kind of in the middle, so it's perfect for me. Just generally apply all over my face, but especially in the T-zone. Then I like to follow up with a silicone based one just for where my pores are really dilated, which is here. So I don't like to use a silicone base all over because it's just icky for me, but these parts, they really need it. And this one, I forgot to mention it, this one is the Dior Pore Minimizer Skin Refining Matte Primer. I'll be honest with you, I tried like a million different foundations and I just never seem to find the one that I really do love to apply and that doesn't make it cakey, doesn't set into pores or fine lines, and above all, that matches my skin tone, because I don't know, it's really difficult to find that. Not only because I'm fair, but because I'm neutral. I'm not really that yellow and I'm not really that rosy. I'm just right there in the middle, so it's really crazy to find one. And honestly, I've had the best of lucks with Asian BB creams. And this one is kind of a compromise as well. It's the Arborian BB Cream 5-in-1 Total Sheer Makeup Care Cream Baby Skin Effect. That's a lot. But this is how it looks, and this is the shade, the lighter shade, which is Claire. It looks kind of like this, and it's a bit rosy, a bit yellowy, but mostly it's gray, and I don't really mind that because, as you'll see, it really covers up smaller rednesses without caking, without looking like I'm putting something on. It really is like a second skin, and it really gives that baby skin effect. I usually go for the total face for a sheer look, and then I'll put a little bit more and I'll dab it over the areas which need the most, which are here, because you can see a bit my fading scars from acne. This will never give you like full coverage, and it's not intended to, but it still covers up just about what I need. And now we're on to concealer. And in concealer, I am using the Clarins Instant Concealer in the shade 1. This is amazing. I wish it was a little bit lighter, but it still does the job, and it doesn't really, it's not darker than me. It's not a perfect match, but it's really good. So I do it like this, and then I don't do the triangle because I agree that it helps, but I think it's just for heavier makeup looks than this. On a day-to-day base, I just go this and this, you know. And I usually either do it with my fingers or use the Zoeva concealer buffer. This is really good, and you can just also use it to give it the finishing touches. It just gives it a more professional look, and I find that the concealer doesn't settle into fine lines as much as it would without it. So here we are. If I do wanna just go over the darker parts, I usually do it with another concealer, and I usually use the OCC Skin Conceal. I think that's how it's called. I had to repot it, so now it's in a MAC pot. Mine is the shade Y0, I think. But I just go in. This is very potent and just also a little bit drying, so I don't use a lot of it on my eyes. But I just do this with just a little bit, but the coverage is amazing. It's just, the coverage is just really good. Just on the darker part. But you can see, right, that it's we're using now an eye primer, of course, and this is the Urban Decay, and this is the anti-aging one. I just do it a little bit, a little tiny blob, and go over my eyes, my lids. Ta-da! So now we're really starting to get into it. And as a base, I'm going to use something that just recently came out. It's the Clarins Cream to Powder Iridescent Eyeshadow. And it is long lasting. It's the shade 1 Aqua Rose. Look how pretty it is. This is a powder. It feels like a cream when you touch it, but also like a powder, and it's really a powder. It's like a powdery rose gold eyeshadow. Look how beautiful it is. It just is really good. I apply it all over. We're done with that, so we're on to real powder eyeshadow. So I am using the Zoeva Naturally Yours palette, and this is really affordable. I'll also use my Zoeva brushes, and right now I got the 227, which is a really popular one for eyeshadow. All over the brands, I think that every brand has an equivalent to this brush, so just search around it. And I'll use the shade Pure to just kind of tone this down a little, especially in the beginning here. And I'm very pale, so this is kind of like my skin tone. So after that, I just want to go, I already have a lovely base, as you can see, so I just want to go for the little contour of the eye. So I'm using Soft and Sexy, and this is a really pretty matte brown because it's so light and deep at the same time. It's just so chocolatey, so amazing. I use a little bit of it, and just to mark, I kind of pat it down before really blending. And you can really make it as deep as you'd like, and if you like it deeper, there's a really pretty one here, which is Slow Dance, which is a burgundy brown shade, also matte and very pretty. But I'm going in with another brush, hey, and I'm using the Look Soft Crease, and I'm using the Smooth Harmony, which is this one, which is lovely. It's like a beigey, browny, rosy shade. That's weird, but it's really pretty. And I like it just to kind of soften the dark area. I'm not gonna go deeper because it's spring and we're all lighting up, but if you want to, and if that's your thing, go for it. So now we're on to lashes. And I have really flat lashes, I do. So, and I hate eyelash curlers. They're like a thing from hell for me. My lashes get stuck. I'm always afraid I'm gonna pull them all straight out, so I don't really use them. I got like a 3-step thing going on, and that's crazy, but that's how I make it work for me. So you do you, and I'm gonna do me. So this is the Jane Iredale Pore Lash Conditioner, and that's what I'm gonna apply first. It's like a conditioning primer, and it's not really expensive. It's really good. It does what it set out to do, and it really gives your lashes that extra oomph when you go in with the mascara. Done with the primer, and while that settles in a little, because if it dries a little then it will be more of a challenge for the mascara to curl the lashes, I am going to apply my powder. It's the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra powder. It's kind of like a setting powder, but it's really more, can you see? The powder. Oh, also as well, I'm using the Elizabeth Arden powder brush. I don't think this exists anymore, and I think it only existed for a really short time. I'm not sure. I'll just go in on my oilier zone, and we're done. This powder is really good. It looks like silicone based as well. Can you see that my skin is really so adorable right now, right? So now I'm going with mascara. I forgot to mention, this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. It's not sold in Portugal anymore. I don't know why, but this is my favorite mascara ever. It's the only one that really picks up my lashes and gives them that curl I love. This one is in black, of course, and I usually apply 2 coats of this. While I wait for that to really dry a bit, I go in with my luminizer. This is the Lord & Berry Luminizing Stick, and look, it's almost finishing. I love this stuff. It really gives that glow without the, you know, too much glow. I usually apply it here and here, and I go in everywhere else with my fingers. I usually use these two, and I can't tell if you're seeing, but this gives a really nice sheen. If you really look at it, it has some small, very fine glitter, but it all goes down to like a really subtle and beautiful glow. So I just tend to do this to my lashes. I'll show you how I do it. I'll just like cup them with my fingers, just so that the curl holds up a little, just when they're a little like almost drying. And then after that, after I do that, they're almost dry, and I'll go in with my top coat, secret weapon, which is the Estee Lauder Little Black Primer. Yes, it's a primer, but you can use it also as a top coat, and I found that's how it works best. It has a little curved wand also, and it really just holds the curl, because you know how just made a boo-boo there. You know how waterproof mascara holds the curl longer because it's like wax based instead of water based. This like waxes your eyelashes to the point where the curl holds longer, but I also like to cup them afterwards. So because this is so waxy, it's not really wet when I do this, so I just like to give them a little bit of the form, and you can see that my flat lashes are now really wowy. And I'll tell you how I do my brows and why I do this in this way. First I'm just gonna comb them a little, because they're really, you probably have noticed, they're really wily and out of control sometimes. And what I do is, because I'm blonde and I dyed my hair this brownish shade, and I've got this Catrice Cosmetics eyebrow set, and this is the shade, this is the lighter shade, I think. This is a two colored brows powder, and this is probably my regular shade, a little bit ashier, but that's about it. And this is the shade I've been using, as you can see, because it's darker and I want really to give that extra effect because my hair, the extra dark effect. I find it a bit messy to just fill them with a brush. I don't know, I just can't get on board with it. I clean the spoolie and just dip it in there. I tap a little bit and I just casually brush my eyebrows. I go in 2 to 3 times, not more, because I don't want to look like a clown. And I also don't like those Instagram brows. I love really wily brows as mine. So you can see already that it's a little bit darker. Then I like to go in with a brow gel. Whoa. And I'm using the Benefit Gimme Brow. That's what it looks like. I love the formula and I love the little spoolie. And this one is the blonder shade, light medium. And I'd actually buy the other one, the darker one, if I was intending on maintaining a brunette but I'm not. I go with the spoolie, which I've cleaned again, just not to, you know, stain on top of this, and I just straighten out. That's how I do my brows. Woo! And this is the MAC Next Skin Matte Powder Blush. It's really beautiful on fair skin types for a little bit contour. I use this Jouer new brush. I don't know what it's called, but I'll put it in the description down below, and I'll just, you know, get it in there because this is really that light, and just go in on the parts that I want. And I just want it to be really light, so this is amazing for that. This is really good for that. It gives you that subtle line, and it's grayish, which is good for shadows and good for when we're doing this. We're off to powder blush. And I'm using 2 today because I kind of like to mix blushes. And this is the NARS Sex Appeal. It makes me think of like an angel-like shade. So I really fill it up because this is also very light and it's probably best for fair skins. And I'm using the Lord & Berry blush brush. You can see that you can barely see it there, so I can really load on this. I go in with my secret bronze but very subtle weapon, which is the Clinique Aglow blush. I think this is still a thing. I mean, I bought it a long time ago, but I think this is still a thing. And it's this bronzy shade right here. I just go in a little bit, I tap it off, and just go in there. I don't go over the NARS one, I just go a little bit under, kind of between it and the contour. And it gives a really also subtle glow and bronze. This is a lipstick, color Riche Matte 228 VIP by L'Oreal. And this is matte, of course, and it's a really pretty like watermelon shade and very matte. So yeah, my hair is a little bit crazy right now, so I don't really know what to do with it. I can just and there you go, that is the spring look. Tell me how you like that, tell me what products you love to use in the springtime, and definitely give this a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel because more is coming, and if you like this, you'll get more of it. Also tell me down below your thoughts and what you think I should do next. So that's it, bye!